This was one of the biggest hangups I had when I started manifesting. And it always stopped me on my tracks. And one part of me wanted to truly believe in the power of manifesting, and another part wanted to resist and say, okay, these things don't work, or they work for others but not me, or they work some of the times and most of the time they do not work. So in this video, I'm going to explain how you can get over these doubts when it comes to manifesting, how you can also learn how to tackle these things when they come into your life and 3D reality shows you the opposite, and what you can do to minimize these kind of events happening and really increase your belief in the power of imagination. My name is Rohit and I've been studying about law of attraction and manifestation for years now, and my goal with this channel is to simplify manifesting so anyone can manifest the dream life, the dream partner, a dream house with the power of their imagination. So this is a key concept and I really want all of you to understand. But before we get into this concept, I really want to share a personal story, and this story will help a lot of you might be able to relate to this story. So when I got started on manifesting, I had some success with manifesting, but there was always an element of disbelief. I always thought that, some way or some shape or form, I could control some aspects and I couldn't control some. Knowing well, at that time I had read Neville Goddard, but I never really followed him because I was looking at all these other teachers. At that time I was looking at Bob Proctor and Esther Hicks a lot, reading their materials a lot. And this concept of that everything in your life is your own creation, and I had a very hard time accepting it, because when some things manifested in my life and then I saw them actually come to fruition, I was like, okay, I was able to manifest this thing. That means I could have manifested this thing in the past, or I could have manifested that in the past. It could have changed my health in the past. It could have changed my relationships and my wealth, my job or my business, whatever. I could have changed so many things in the past. But the biggest problem, or the biggest hurdle I had was this, right? One of the biggest problems, the biggest hurdles I had, that for me and for others, especially for me, I had really hard time accepting that all this mess that was in my life was my own creation. Really hard time to accept, because there were other people who were talking about this, and they were never using this word, everything is you pushed out. I see that a lot in this time, but people would say everything in your life is your creation, or creation is already finished. So everything in your life, what you have right now, is your creation. And I had a very hard time trying to grasp this concept, trying to get my head around this concept. And I was like, okay, I need to find a way, and I need to do something. I need to find a way to make this work. How am I going to make this work? But at the same time, I had really hard time accepting this reality that everything in my life, especially my relationship and my health, was a total mess. My relationship was non-existent, that it is my creation. And that really and I think for a lot of people it's a big hang up, because when you realize the power of imagination, when you realize the power of awareness, at the same time that other things which you have created in the past were your own creation. So one of the very first things I recommend is to forgive yourself. Forgiving yourself and forgiving others for what has happened in the past is one of the most powerful techniques you could do. I tried using Ho'oponopono kind of meditation, where you say, I'm sorry, I love you, I thank you, to myself over and over again, to other people who crossed me in my life and I realized they were my own reflection, and to myself, looking to my younger self and telling them, I'm sorry, I love you, I forgive you. And I did this over and over. You can find many, there are tons of your visualization techniques. You can use a vision, you can use Ho'oponopono, you can use some kind of gratitude or forgiveness meditation. There are tons of techniques, and if you look around, but forgiving yourself for what you have done in the past or what you've created in the past is a very important thing. Because when I was able to do that, I was able to lift all this burden off my shoulders. I was able to release all this stress, all this thing, and I forgave myself, and it just made my life so light, so free. I was floating, and I was free, and I was joyous, and I was enjoying. So I was like, wow, this life is amazing, it's free, it's great. All right. And once I was in that state, I realized this thing, that and I was in this area, in this state, I realized that, okay, I did create all these things in the past, and I forgive myself. I love myself, I forgive myself, I let it go. And with more acceptance that I had created all these things and forgiving myself for that, so that I don't have any resentments, I forgave myself, I let these things go, I let these resentments go, and that brought me a lot of peace, calm, joy. And when I was in this peaceful state, in this calm state, I did some breathing exercises, always centered myself, and then I started doing visualization and manifesting, going forward with my journey. So this is the kind of challenge which a lot of people might face, because when they realize that everything is their creation, it comes with a lot of responsibility, and it becomes hard for a lot of people to accept. For me, it was also something that I was open to accept, because I'm a huge fan of Jack Canfield. I have his book right here. This is like one of the first personal development books which really changed my life, and he talks about visualization, big thing. But one of his first chapters, I would just open it for you. One of his first chapters is about taking 100% responsibility. That's the principle number one. You can say take 100% responsibility of your life. You know, and he says, even though, so you take 100% responsibility of every creation in your life, same way. So even though it might seem unfair, even though your personal 3D world might be really hurtful, or it will be painful, or you might be going through some physical pain or emotional pain or some really difficult situation, just by accepting this fact that it is your creation, I'm not saying it's fair, I'm not saying that, you know, you deserve it or anything like that. Just by accepting, by taking 100% responsibility, it is very empowering state to be in. It is very empowering, and from that empowered state, from that empowered place, you will be able to create a lot of beautiful things in your life. You can even have things which people say are not possible or can't be done, but you can totally do them once you accept this. So once you accept this, once you have this realization and you accept this acceptance and forgiveness, it made me release so many negative charges around myself and other people. It made me so much calmer, and I was also able to really move forward with my manifesting journey, because I took responsibility and I said, I don't really bother it's fair or not. What Jack Canfield says, you know, it doesn't matter if it's fair, unfair, or you feel like it's hurt, or it feels like you don't deserve it. What taking responsibility gives you is this sense of empowerment, this sense of power that comes with. And imagination is a power, and awareness, power of awareness, is a power that everyone has. Everyone has access to this amazing, wonderful power. So with this power of awareness, with this imagination, the power of imagination, you could create anything you want. Especially if somebody else has done it, you can do it too. And with this, you will see so many beautiful things unfolding in your life, and you will be amazed. But the first step would be accepting that you have created this and taking responsibility for it. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying that, you know, it is absolutely all of it. You don't take all the burden on your shoulders, but you accept it. You forgive yourself. You let the burden fall off, and then from that place, from that empowered place, knowing that you create your own reality, it makes you feel more empowered. And from that empowered state, you do your creation. From that calm state, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, just letting go of all these charges, you go forward, and then you create your reality. So this was a big hang up for me for a longest time, and forgiveness and meditation, just doing breathing exercises, releasing these emotions really helped me calm myself down. And from that place, I was able to create a lot of beautiful things in my life. So that's all I wanted to share with you in this video. I hope you got really great value out of this video. And if I want to check out the fundamentals of manifesting, I'll post them in the link below so you can check them out as well. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other notifications like that. And subscribe to this channel. If you have any interesting stories to share, I would love to hear your thoughts. And please post them in the comment section below. Until then, I wish you great success on your manifesting journey. Learn to forgive yourself for your past doings. Learn to forgive others because they were only a reflection of you. And from that calm place, from that centered place, create your beautiful life. Create your reality with the power of your imagination. And I wish you great success on your manifesting journey. Take care.